Welcome back. A regular guest here on 5 on 2, Congressman Mike Turner, in town today for an event, Mike, not so much about Fuyao, but the ripple effect the new glass plant has had on surrounding businesses.
Absolutely. When we look at Fuyao, we all are very excited about a plant that was abandoned and was going to be demolished. As you know, I worked with the city of Moraine to save the plant so it wasn't demolished. And then we see the jobs returning, and we're all excited about that. But the economic impact we don't see are the suppliers. It happens in our community, but it's not evident. So today we focused on them. The jobs that Fuyao has created by the business that they're doing in our town. We had Wagner Industries and Wolpert and others talk about what does it mean to have a plant like that in our community and for them to do business with it.
Yeah, because that supply chain was here with GM and it kind of went away, but now it's coming back to life.
Absolutely, and Wagner even told the story of that when that was a General Motors plant, it had been their customer. They lost jobs as General Motors lost jobs. Now as Fuyao's back in town, they are growing, and they're also growing in a cutting-edge way because this is the new technology for a plant, so the supply chain also matures and makes them more competitive.
As you well know, Mike, a major issue in your district nationally of Ohio, the heroin epidemic, fentanyl is becoming a real problem. I know that's on your radar as well. You've got something coming up next week.
That's right. We have Jim Sensenbrenner coming to town, who's a congressman from Wisconsin, who's been a leader on this issue of heroin prevention and treatment. His bill passed the House. He's working together with us on our bill, which provides increased funding for treatment. We're going to have him come to our town, hear some of the things that we're doing, and allow him to hear firsthand, really the problems in the heartland like Wisconsin. So when we go back to Washington, we can use that as motivation and impetus to pass these bills.
Well, if you can fit it in, the two of you are welcome that day on 5 on 2. We'd love to talk to you, but that's a very high-profile issue, as is the campaign. I can't let you go. We're just over 2 months away from Election Day. You're on the ballot, of course, every 2 years. We had Rob Portman and Senator Portman in a call last week, and I'd like to ask him a question, or ask you a question I asked him regarding being a Republican on the ballot in Ohio, which is a must-win state for Donald Trump, but yet I think you clearly admit there's a bit of a disconnect this year between the traditional GOP and the top of your ticket. What kind of a challenge does that present to you trying to win another term in Congress?
You know, since I do run every 2 years, every 4, I'm in the same cycle as the presidential election. And Ohio being a swing state and ground zero, we see it every 4 years where the two parties or the candidates come to town and both with their get out the vote and their pushes make it, and we certainly see the ads on TV, a tumultuous environment. We're not seeing that as much this time because it does seem to be, at least on the ground game, a little lopsided. But, you know, with my work as mayor for the city of Dayton, of course, as a member of Congress, I work on a bipartisan basis. So our outreach continues on a bipartisan basis to the community to tell a story that goes really beyond politics, you know, national security, jobs, and our economy.
All right, Congressman Turner, good to see you again.
Great.
Hopefully we'll see you next week with your fellow congressman to talk about the heroin issue in the Miami Valley.
Thank you.
All right, Mike Turner, our special guest. Thank you, Mike. Katie?